Explorers, welcome back. It is Weekly Wednesday, and what did we spend Wednesday? I really don't like that part of it, especially because I know that we did spending we didn't need to do. And why do I have kids stuff on my desk? But that's just part of it. So, let's get started. I did do my nails. I feel so much better. I've been in such a funk lately that, like, I haven't been doing anything. And so last night, every night, we send the kids to bed, not to bed, but we usually do all of our stuff throughout the day, yada yada yada, and then right around like 6 o'clock, I go lay in our bed. The really, like, literally my favorite thing about living in an RV and our bed is that we have, like, those, it's, like, motorized and it sits up. So I love to, like, right around 6 o'clock, 5 or 6, I will go sit in the bed, sit it up, and I will get work done, and I'll just have all the windows open because the way that, oh, I think the neighbor girl's gonna come over and play with the kids, which is totally fine with me. Actually, I really like her, and I really like her parents. She was here last winter too. She comes during the winter. The way that our bedroom faces, if I open the window on my, like, both windows on my side, I can see the entire area for the kids to ride their bikes. Like, I can see it better than I really can sitting at the table. So I'll open the windows and I'll tell the kids they can go ride their bikes or whatever until it kind of gets dark out. And I'll just get some work done. And then right around like 10 o'clock, Corey usually finishes up editing any videos that he's editing, because, like, I'll sit in the bed and I'll do that, and I'll have, like, somebody on TikTok Live, because I do moderate a creator on TikTok Live. I moderate her lives, so I'll do that while I'm working, and Corey will be in the living room where his computer is, and he'll be editing our YouTube videos for the next day or whatever. And he also now has to upload these videos because my laptop doesn't. The internet does not work on it. I can do everything else. So I can edit my videos on it. I can do my sublimation prints on it. I can do everything I need to do except for anything internet related. So I have to, like, edit my YouTube videos on my laptop and render them. And then I transfer them over to the hard drive, the portable hard drive. And then I hand it to him, and he does all the uploading and stuff from his computer. So, yeah. But anyways, he'll do that until about 10 o'clock, and then 9 or 10, and then he comes in the bedroom. The kids obviously have to come inside, and they know just to play quietly, kind of relax, watch a movie, play on their iPads, do whatever, because they've been outside all day. And Corey and I watch TV together. Right now we're watching SEAL Team. We've done Revenge, we've done, we're completely up to speed on 911. So we've done Revenge, 911.
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill. I did.
Suits.
I made him watch One Tree Hill. He liked it. Suits. Oh my gosh. If I could go back and watch Suits for the first time again, I would.
Yeah.
Blacklist. Yeah, Blacklist is really good. Revenge is really good. I didn't like the way they rushed the ending of Revenge.
No, they definitely rushed it.
They definitely ruined the ending. They didn't ruin it, they just rushed it.
Yeah.
We should have gotten more of that. We've done a lot of shows, though. I feel like we did another one, and I just can't think. I don't know, but we've been doing this for years. Oh, we finally finished Breaking Bad. It took us like 8 years, but we finally... The amount of times we started Breaking Bad and then didn't finish it, so then when we'd be like, you know what, let's finally watch Breaking Bad, we'd start it over, and we always get to the same point, and then it would just kind of fall off. He has yet to finish Dexter.
Yeah.
He has yet to finish Sons of Anarchy. I've watched Sons of Anarchy like 15 times, because we have them on DVD. But we are currently watching SEAL Team, which I've already seen up to a certain point, because I watched it as the episodes came out, and then I just kind of fell off. So we started it over. We're on season 4. Actually, I think we just started season 5.
Their hairstyles all changed, so I'm assuming it's a new season.
That was, well, and what's his name being out of the show usually indicates a new season.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to give it away in case anybody's watching it, even though I know it's been out for a while. So yeah, I think we just started season 5 last night. But, I don't even know where I was going with any of this, you guys. Oh. So while we were watching our show, I was like, that's usually when I do my skincare, because I can listen to the whole show. Like, if we go, like, into our bathroom is attached to our bedroom, and then the kids' bathroom is actually in their bedroom. Like, ours is attached, but it's also part of, like, the hallway. Theirs is actually, like, in their bedroom. But a lot of times I will go in there and I will do my skincare and whatnot while we're watching it, and then I'll come back in. So last night I went in there, I did my skincare and everything, and then I came back in our bedroom and I sat in our bed and I did my nails. That's usually when I do my nails anyways, but yeah. So I feel so much, I don't know, I just feel better when I, like, do my nails and do my skincare and I have the dishes done. Like, there's certain things that just make me feel productive and just make me feel better, and that's one of them. So we're going to do Weekly Wednesday. I have still not gotten paid. However, I'm filming this on Monday, and Monday is a holiday, so there's obviously no mail today. There was no mail yesterday. I actually didn't check the mail on Saturday, but I think it's safe to assume that it's not there, because at this point, I really don't think they mailed this check, especially because they had told my manager that if I didn't have it by 2 weeks ago, it was a Thursday, and they said, oh, she's going to have it today or tomorrow. If she doesn't, we'll do a stop payment on that check and we will transfer the money ACH. That was 2 weeks ago. Well, since then that following Monday, when I told them, I was like, yep, didn't get it that Thursday or Friday, you guaranteed I would have it. Also didn't get it Saturday. Also didn't get it Monday. They swore I was going to get it Monday. Yeah, I didn't get it Monday, obviously. So then that whole week, I guess they were giving my manager and her lawyer a hard time about repaying. Like doing a new payment. When I'm telling you, I know for a fact they did not mail this out. And the thing is, I don't know why they're giving her a hard time about doing a repayment. It's not like they would be out the money twice. They can clearly see that this check has never been cashed. Like, you can't lie about about receiving a check, because if I were to get the check and cash it, they would be able to see that. So the fact that they're giving her a hard time about repayment tells me they don't have the money, which is very, very frustrating, because it's not a little amount of money. Even if it was a little amount of money, like, I did the work and I deserve to be paid for it. But we are talking about $2,000, 2,000 Canadian dollars, which is like $14.50 in US dollar. So they owe me money, and that is a lot of money. Like, that's my bills for the month. That amount covers almost all of my, actually, it might even, now that my site fee went down, almost $200. So it might actually now cover all of my bills for the month. So being out that amount of money when I'm already, like, struggling right now is awful. I do have 2 payments coming at the beginning of February. One will be here the first Friday of February. That's how it always works. It's the brand that I work with all the time. This is actually the last one on our contract that I have with them. Although they did say that we would discuss renewing the contract at the end of January. Crossing my fingers they want to renew. I have a feeling, though, they're going to drop my pay, because I didn't get a lot of conversions this last contract. And it's just because of the way that they do their conversions. And then the other one was one that I did Christmas Eve that I know I will get that pay on, I think the platform says on the 9th. I've worked with this platform many times. They take the money from the brand as soon as the brand signs with you. Like, the platform holds the money so that as soon as that date comes, the platform releases the money to you. So there is no tracking the brand down for the money. And I love that. And then I signed a very, very small partnership, which I already posted for, and I've worked with them 3 times through this platform. So I have no doubt that I'll get that pay. They're usually really good about it. I've worked with them 3 times now. My friends have worked with them multiple times. They've always been really good about paying on time, which I need to look and see what that date would be. I think it would be the 12th of February, but that's a very small amount. Like, that won't cover any of my bills. I think it'll cover my car insurance. 20, 40, 60, 81. I'm very nervous about today's cash stopping, because we're hitting those high numbers on the calendar. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I thought that was going to be 2. 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 240. And then this is going to be 9 because I didn't have 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So $249 because I didn't want to bust open another pack of ones and I didn't have another one. All right. So, oh, I should have made this before I did this. Darn it. Okay, so build a savings. There is going to be a bag for build a savings now, and I will go ahead and show you guys that, what it's going to look like. So if you have build a savings and you want a bag like so, it'll be like, I mean, it'll be like my other bags. Don't look at this. This is a mess up. That's why I keep this one. I always keep the mess ups for myself, which is probably not a good look, but whatever. If you do build a savings and you want a bag, I got you. You can thank Summer, my creative savings. She asked for it, and I was like, that's actually a really good idea because then I don't have to do 2 Lego bricks. So this is the design that I came up with. It says build a savings, and it's got bricks on it. So if you want that, let me know. And I will, well, if you want that, just, all you need to do is purchase whichever size pouch that's on my Etsy, and then just send me a message saying you want the build a savings, or leave a note in there that you want the design you want on it is build a savings. Okay, let's go ahead and get this out of the way so I don't have to think about it the rest of the video, because I do not want to do this. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I don't want to do it. Alright, so and I do need to pay my credit card back, but for the purchases this week, but I'm waiting for a reason. I want to make sure my bills are paid before I pay back the amount we spent this week. Okay, so what was the last thing I put on here? It was Publix at $45.83. Why don't I see that on here? Oh man, we really did spend a lot this week. Okay. Alright, so this is going to be January 11th. So, January 11th to, I don't know, whatever the next day is. Right, so we have on 1/13, we have $4.99. I guess I should bring you guys down for this and make it to where you can actually read it. Okay, so on January 13th, we have $4.99 and it was grocery. It was Aldi. I started making fettuccine Alfredo and realized that my heavy whipping cream was no good. Like, we had just bought it, and I opened it, and it was no good, so Corey had to run to Aldi and get me some heavy whipping cream. And then, I guess, he stopped at Wawa. That was $12.09. No idea what it was. It was probably snacks. If it's Wawa, it's more than likely snacks. That's something we need to work on. And then on January 13th, and this is what I mean, like, he literally had went to Publix that day to get the stuff for Alfredo and a couple of dinners, and then I realized I needed heavy whipping. So we spent $64.47 on grocery. Now, I got hit with the interest, which was $86.78. I'm not going to add that because that's not a spending. I'm really just tracking spending here so that I can keep an eye on what we're spending money on. So then on 1/14, we spent $109 on gas. So we filled the truck up because we had to go to that Disney event. We needed gas, so Spent $109 filling up the truck. Gas was actually a really good price. I think he said it was like $3.40 something. And normally, lately, like, well, it's not gas. We use diesel. Lately, diesel has been like $3.60, which is still a really good price compared to what we're used to in Vegas and California. So then on 114, I mentioned this in another video. We got Wrigley Wetzel Pretzel. This was Wrigley's Wetzel Pretzel and a water for Corey. I'm going to put Disney down. It's because I will know. We were going to the event and I needed to feed the kids because the event didn't start until 3:45 and we were going to be there until after 7. And we woke up late, so we didn't get to eat before we went. Like, we woke up early enough to eat before we went, but we were running around. Like, I didn't pick out our outfits the night before. I literally didn't do anything the night before. So when we got up, I was running around the house, picking out everybody's outfits, doing my makeup, doing my hair, doing their hair, showers, that kind of stuff. So we just didn't have time. And then I also, ooh, why did I do that? That would be a 4. Then there was another one for $18.37. Also Wetzel Pretzel, because then I told Lennox she needed to get something too. Because she wanted the chicken place. It's called Cook's of Dublin in Disney Springs. It's like her favorite place, but we weren't going to have time to walk all the way over there because it's the other side of Disney Springs. We weren't going to have time to walk all the way over there, wait for them to cook the food because it does take a little bit, and then wait for it to cool down because it's always way too hot to eat for a while, and then make it to the event on time. Like, we just weren't gonna have time, so I told her she needed to get Wetzel Pretzels. So then we went back, she got Wetzel Pretzel, and I let them get a lemonade to split. So that's what that cost was. And then I don't know why this came through on a different day, because it was definitely purchased on the same day, but then we had $26.42. This was afterwards, where I had told the kids the Wetzel Pretzel was just to hold them over, and I promised them we would get food afterwards. So Lennox and I got Raising Cane's. Corey and Wrigley got Portillo's. I did also get a hot dog from Portillo's because I love Portillo's, and I always forget that they're across the street. Like, Lennox always asks for Cane's, and there's not a Cane's near our house. So if we ever go to, like, the downtown, like, Orlando area or, like, the Disney Springs area, we let her get Cane's. And I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll get Cane's too because I love it. But then I forget that Portillo's is literally across the street, and it's so hard to choose between those two because we didn't have Portillo's in Vegas, and it's one of my favorite places from my time growing up in Chicago. So we got, I'm going to put Disney for this too so that I know why this was. And this was Raising Cane's. And then again, I'm wondering if it's just because of the time, but still, it wasn't that late. So then $25.50. I'm going to put Disney. Portillo's. And then on January 16th, I sent Corey to the store to get some groceries, and stuff has gotten so expensive, you guys. $187.53. And we really need to go back to, like, Publix. Like, I think Corey's gonna start going out of his way to go to Walmart because it's just Publix is getting so insane. Like, one 12-pack of Dr. Pepper is $11.99. That's just outrageous. So we only buy from there when they're like buy two, get two, which is what they were this day, which is part of the reason why this was so expensive. But then he had to get turkey meat. That was like $12. I apologize, that sounded really gross, but I have a lot of phlegm. Like, I don't feel sick anymore, but so this was grocery. Publix. I wish we had a Smith's or a Kroger or a Ralph's or literally any of them. And then on 1/17, I had to spend $47.58 on, I'm gonna put Etsy. Etsy is the category. This was on Amazon. I had to get shipping supplies and other stuff. So this is going to get paid. I'm not paying this back right now because I did cash out my Etsy income. But since today is a holiday, it obviously isn't going to hit the account today. It'll probably hit the account tomorrow. So when it does, I will pay back the credit card using the Etsy funds. And honestly, I'll probably just take all of what I earned on Etsy to pay back the credit card. And then here is where we went a little rogue. So we spent $72.83, and this was yesterday. So these dates obviously don't make sense because these Disney food dates were on Tuesday. This was on Sunday. But on here it looks like they were close. And we did takeout we did Olive Garden. I woke up late. It was a nightmare, you guys. Yesterday was a nightmare. I had a cyst rupture again. It was a small one, but it had me in a lot of pain and everything. I was talking to some friends that have dealt with it. And they were like, just take it very, very easy. Do not do too much and use a heating pad. So, because I was really sore from it. It like woke me up. So I wasn't doing anything yesterday, and I asked Corey, I was like, do you want to just get takeout? Because I'm not going to cook. He needed to work on videos. I was like, let's just do takeout. He was like, okay. And I was thinking like McDonald's or Chipotle. And he was like, no, I really want a real meal. We've been doing really well with eating like real meals. I was like, cool. So we settled on Olive Garden because that's one place that all of us will eat besides like B-Dubs. Like all of us will eat from B-Dubs too. But Olive Garden's very expensive. So Corey went and picked it up. We didn't have to pay any delivery fees or tips or anything like that because he went and got it. But yeah. And then he did stop at the gas station I don't know what day this was. It definitely wasn't yesterday. But 12:09, I'm going to put, anytime it's Wawa, I'm just going to put snacks, even though that's not necessarily what it is. And then we also have another Publix, and this one, I know exactly what this one is. So this one, I'm not going to put grocery, I'm going to put Etsy. And actually, Etsy and grocery. So this one, I was in the middle of doing all of my sublimation orders for Etsy, and the kids used all of my printer paper. So I used a specific kind of sublimation paper for my sublimation printer. However, if you're not familiar with sublimation, it's ink transfer. So you have your paper that you print on like this. Say this was my image that I was putting on something. I put this on top of the image, but then I have to put a blank piece of paper on this side and I have to put a blank piece of paper underneath because what will happen is this ink with the heat will start to come through on the back side of this, and then it can transfer to your heat press. And then same thing underneath the product. If the product is something thin that you're doing, it can transfer to your heat pad, like because I don't do it straight onto the table. I have a heat mat. It will transfer onto that. And then the problem is when you go to put a clean product that hasn't been pressed onto yet, you'll get shadowing because there will be ink transfer on your heat press or on your pad. So you have to put a clean piece of paper underneath and on top of when you're doing sublimation. So I just use printer paper. Okay. The neighbor brought Wrigley over because he smacked himself in the face with one of the sticks he was playing with, and he wouldn't open his eye for us to see. We took some time. I got him to open his eye because Corey can't handle eyes. So I do anything eye related with the kids. And Wrigley's really, really great about getting things in his eye all the time. So he didn't like scratch it or anything. My guess is he's got like dust or something, a piece of dirt, something in his eye, and I can't see it. I can't find it. So I've got him in there with Corey right now with just a warm washcloth on his eye to get him to calm down some. And then as soon as I think he's just going to naturally be able to get it out because he's calming down now. I don't know. So anyways, So we spent $35.09 at Publix. That was because I sent Corey there to grab a thing of printer paper so that I could finish up these orders. Obviously, the paper was not $35.09, but he grabbed a couple of other things that Wrigley needed to restock on his yogurt. Wrigley is my incredibly picky eater, like super, super, super picky eater. So we let him have 1 to 2 yogurts every single day because that is something he loves. I have to limit him or he would literally just eat yogurt for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and he would eat every single one in the house. But we found a new protein yogurt that he likes because Corey has been working out and he's doing this run the date where he runs like for January 1st, he ran 1.01 miles. For January 2nd, he ran 1.02 miles. Today is the 19th, I believe. So he'll run 1.19 miles, etc. So he's been doing that every single day. So he's been upping his protein intake, and he bought these like protein yogurts and he made Wrigley try them because Wrigley loves yogurt. And Wrigley really liked them, and they've got like 15 grams of protein in them, which we're always trying to get protein in that kid. So he bought me the printer paper, and then he stocked up on the yogurt, on the protein yogurts, because they're on sale like 10 for 10 right now. So, which is a lot cheaper than the Chobani Flip that Wrigley usually asks for, and he actually really likes these ones that Corey got. So I feel better about letting him have 2 a day instead of just the 1 a day with the Chobani Flips that I have him do. So yeah, so that's what that was. So this is what we spent. Like I said, there were definitely some takeouts in here that didn't need to happen. Some Wawas in here that didn't need to happen. So this one's going to be expensive. 4.99 plus 12.09 plus 64.47 plus 109. Oh, plus, and then having to get gas, which doesn't happen very often. 14.91, 18.37. 26.42, 25.50, 187.53, 47.58, 72.83, 12.09, and 35.09. So we spent $630.87 this week. Yikes. That was a lot. But we won't need gas again. And 60 of this, for the most, like, a little less than 60, but about 60 of this was Etsy. So we're looking at like 170 of this that was gas or Etsy. Yeah, at 170 of this. So we really spent around $400 and something this week. That's a lot. But that's why I'm doing this, to hold myself accountable, because I don't want to do this. I don't want to see this number again next week. Total was $630.87. And this is week 3, January 11th to the... I'm going to put the 17th because that is what is on... That's what shows on the credit card. Which, again, is really odd that it shows... It's really odd that it's showing the 17th for... Let me look at that again. Because most of those purchases were made yesterday, which was the 18th. Okay, let me see. Oh. That's why. So it is the 18th. These ones didn't have a date on them. Because they're pending still. So they aren't actually... I don't know why I put them in as the 17th. These were all the 18th. They're just showing pending. Okay. So $630.87 is what I need to come up with. And that will pay off the credit card. So I think my Etsy that's coming through is going to be like $200. So that will cover a good portion of it. Because I'm probably just going to put all of it on there. And then when I get paid from a brand, I'll be able to pay the rest. I have money in the bank account that I could pay it with right now, but again, I have bills that are getting ready to come through, and I haven't gotten payments, so yeah, it's a big vicious cycle, and I hate it. All right, let's get started. this one, we're just going to go ahead and do year, 5, 10, 15, 20. So let's put a 20 in there. I already know I'm not going to be able to do all of these save the date one, like all the calendar. I'm going to have to bring that into February, but I have a plan to do better next time so I don't get behind on it. So, we probably will not be sticking to the actual date on them. But I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so while I'm coloring this in, I was asked about write-offs. So I got a comment that said, it was a question about like how much of my trips I'm able to write off. And I have no problem talking about that because I know it's not something that everybody understands. And honestly, most creators and even the IRS do not really understand. It's so new, content creation is, that there's a lot of gray area with it. So where a lot of creators are going to end up getting themselves in trouble is by writing everything off that they use in a video. So for example, if I wear a certain if I wear an outfit for a video and do my makeup in a video and do my nails and have like these nails done in a video, why did I not color the rest of that? There are so many creators that think, oh, okay, cool, I can write off my makeup, I can write off that outfit, and I can write off my nails. That is not true. So in order to write off everyday products like clothing, nails, makeup, they have to be either that you had to purchase them specifically for that video, or you have to be a makeup creator, like a beauty creator. Since I'm in the travel field, I'm in the travel niche, I can't, in order for me to be able to write off my makeup, I would have to have separate makeup for my travel videos that I only utilize for my travel videos. Like I would not be able to use it in my everyday life. That is the only way to write off makeup. So basically, if it's something that you benefit from in your everyday life as well, it is not a write-off. So I can't write these nails off because I'm not a beauty creator. I'm not specifically creating content around nails and nail art and doing nails. And it's something that I'm not taking them off after I do my videos. Now, if I bought a pair of, like, this marker really just wants to give out. If I bought a pair of those nails that, like, go on and then I took them off and I only wore them for, like, my cash stuffing videos, then yeah, I could write those off because I'm not using them in my everyday life. They're literally just for my cash stuffing videos. But that's obviously not the case. So I cannot write off my nails. I cannot write off my makeup because I do wear it for reasons outside of campaigns and such. I cannot write off the clothing because I do wear that clothing in my everyday life. Now, for this last trip, it was a trip to Austria and Hungary. I did have to buy specific clothing because obviously it was cold weather clothing. I live in a hot climate. I do not wear that clothing outside of that Christmas trip. So that clothing was bought specifically for the trip. It is not being utilized outside of that trip. If it gets worn again, it will be because it's for another work trip. So in that instance, I would write that clothing off. So there's two types of clothing that I do as a write-off. Winter clothing, cruise clothing. Because I don't wear cruise clothing outside of cruises. I actually keep all of my cruise clothes together in a specific, like, since we live in an RV, we kind of pack up our clothing differently than like most people would. But if it's not everyday clothes, then I keep it in a, like, those luggage saver bags, the ones that like zip up and like are just supposed to be to like organize your luggage. that's what I keep my everyday clothing in. Or, I mean, that's what I keep my clothes in when I'm organizing them in the RV. So I keep all of my cruise clothes in one of those. I keep all of my like Fabletics workout style clothes in one of those. I keep all of my winter clothes. It's a little bit different because those take up a lot more space. So we actually store those inside luggage because we have so much luggage in this house. So for this one, we have 20, 40, 55, 60. I don't know if I was counting this one or not. This one's not really a big deal. But we've got 20 more to go on this one, and then it'll be done. So those clothes I will be able to write off. Plane tickets. I cannot write off the kids' plane ticket because they were not working on that trip. Like, they were not getting paid for anything that was done on that trip, so I can't write off the kids' plane ticket. I can write off my plane ticket. I can write off Corey's plane ticket because Corey is a business partner. Essentially, I pay him. I don't write him a check, but we share a bank account. We share the income that comes from these trips. Also, because he puts out YouTube videos and now that his YouTube channel is monetized, that is considered earning an income. And therefore, he can write off the expenses that go along with that. In order to earn that income from those YouTube videos, he had to purchase the plane tickets. So I can write off my plane ticket. I can write off Corey's plane ticket. I cannot write off the kids. I can write off normally, and this is it's the same thing as like the makeup aspect of this. So normally you can write off a certain portion of your food per day. It's like literally a set amount of food that you can write off per day while you're working. But that is for people that don't focus their content around food. So like if I was just to go, okay, for example, when I went to this Disney event, I can write off a certain amount of what I spent on that food because we had to eat for that Disney event. Like, that is considered where the IRS has a very strict, like, this is the amount per day that you can write off. However, when we do these trips, that kind of goes out the window. And I write off all of my food. I write off all of Corey's food. I do not write off the kids' food because, again, they're not working. The reason I go above that limit when we do our trips is because, one, we have no ability to eat at home. But two, I always do content around the food. Like, that's part of the content that I'm doing is I'm showing all of the food that we're purchasing. I'm showing the food options. I do a short, a reel, a TikTok, and a full YouTube video showing everything that we do, whether that's the grocery shopping, whether that's going and ordering the food. We also do taste testing video. Like, in the video, we always try the food with you guys. Like, it is actual content around that food, and we are earning income from those videos. Therefore, I can write that off because without that, those videos wouldn't exist. So it's not considered the same as, hey, I had to go out of town for work, so obviously I'm not at home to cook, in which case you're given an allowance that you can write off for food because you're not actually showcasing the food. It's just the fact that you are on a work trip and need to eat. And that's when the IRS gives a certain amount that you can write off. So on the trips, I write off all of my food, all of Corey's food. I don't write off all of the kids' food unless it's part of the video. Like when we went to the Christmas market, I know you guys haven't seen this yet, but when we went to the Christmas market, Wrigley specifically ordered something to try in one of our YouTube videos. I will write off that item. So it gets down to like the nitty gritty on everything, and you have to be very careful and toe the line. Because if the IRS comes knocking, you got to be able to explain why you wrote it off. Alright, so this one is from Budgets and Chaos, and there was only $6 left, and now January is complete. This one, we're saving $26 every month because it's 2026. It took me so long to figure out that that's what this was about. I was like, $26, that's such an odd amount. Which is crazy that it took me that long to figure it out because that's exactly how I would do it. So this one is done. Let's We're just going to leave the money in this one since it's all on one sheet. I'm not going to pull it each month. We'll just leave the money in there. Okay. This one, let's put 5 in here for right now, but I may come back and put more. Actually, we can just do that. So now this one has 20 in it and it only needs 5 more. Let's do a 3 and a 2 because if we only end up with like $1 left over and we can come in and just do that one, I want to have that one available. Although there's plenty of challenges in here that can hold a 1. So I guess I really didn't need to do that. And that is from Danny at Craftco Budgets. That is her 2025 one, but I'm doing it this year. I don't care. I didn't know about it last year. I also didn't have this binder last year, so. All right. Let me do this one first. So this one we're putting $26 in. This is mine. And this is available on my Etsy. 25.26. I don't know how much this one's going to bring in, so we're not going to count it. But we put the 26 in there. Okay, so we've got one more on this one, and then we'll pull in February's. February's will be a little bit kinder to us, but not really because there's more spots on February's. And then we have park tickets. Ay, ay, ay. This one is a huge one. So, I'm not going to put a sticker on this. We are just going to X out the ones we're doing right now. Let's do 100. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and see what we can get done. All right. So let's pull in a calculator. We should go down to 21. Let's do 21 plus 20 plus 19 plus 18 plus 17. That puts us at 95. Let's see, what if we did, let's do 21 plus 20 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17 if we were to do 18, we'd go over. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Should we just do it? What if we do 31, 30, and then we have 39 left, so I just need numbers that add up to 100. That's 50. And then 24, 26 is 50. So I could do that. 30, 26, 24. Okay, that's how we're going to do this. So 30, 20, that's 30. I'm sorry, that's 31. Okay, that's what we're going to do. 15, 16, 19. Those, we did 30, 20, 19, 16, 15 to make 100. That's how we're going to do it. And then next week we'll come in maybe with 100 and do the same thing. And then in February, since that first week in February is going to have like $4, I mean, it's going to have these 4 dates on it, which are really, really low. We'll hit some of these big numbers in January as well. So that's how I'm going to do that. We'll figure it out by the end of the, as long as it's done by the end of the year, because we're not pulling this each month, so it's fine. I'm not going to count this, except I was really hoping we had some ones in there, but I forgot I didn't. I literally just put a even 100 in there. Okay, so there's that. We have money left over. We need to do this one. And this one's got 3 challenges to it, so... Oh, let's see. Let's roll a dice on this one to see how many we're going to do. Five. Okay. So we'll put 5 in there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so then further on things that I can write off versus what I can't write off. So for example, I bought Wrigley that Sword and Shield in Austria, which I think you guys saw in my last video. I can't write that off. Yeah, I showed it quickly, but I didn't show shopping for it. It wasn't a key point of the content. There would be some people that would argue you could write that off. You can't write that off. I don't care how you try it. You can't write that off. And you're asking to get yourself in trouble when you start writing things like that off. That I cannot write off. I bought Wrigley gloves. We talked about them a couple times in the video. I cannot write that off. I mean, technically I probably could spin that to where I write it off because one, I showed them in the videos. Like, we bought them in the videos. He talked about them in the videos, and they're not something he's going to wear outside of that trip. So I guess I could categorize that in clothing that was necessary for the trip. However, that's a sticky situation I'm not trying to get in, so I would not write that off. So things that we purchase on the trips, not writing them off. But things like like the stuff that I bought the kids at the Jellycat store, I would write that off. We did a whole video on the Jellycat experience. Like, that was a literal, like, we literally went to the Jellycat store and did that experience to do content around it. So I would write that off. Haribo, I would write that off. We did a whole video shopping for it. We did a whole video showcasing everything we got. We did a whole video trying, well, I guess we didn't really try as much stuff in videos as we planned, but still, we did an entire video that was just the Haribo store. I could also argue that I did videos saving for the Haribo store even, like, because I did them on this channel. So, yeah. Did I actually cross off 5 on these? I don't think I did. Oh no, you guys. Because I talk too dang much. Alright, each letter is $1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I was helping Wrigley again. But I should have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, $33 in here. We have 10, 20, 35. Wait. 10, 20, 30. We have 40 in here. So did I do this wrong at one point? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, this one up here. 12, 13. I missed that one. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, so I've not marked off the 5 on here. I think I did, though. I don't know. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Because there's $40 in here, so I should have $40 worth marked off. So, I'm sure I messed up at some point. But it's fine. Okay, so we did 5 on that one. Gosh, you know what? Let's just come in and finish this one. Excuse me. Okay, so now this one's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this covers this. Can we finish this one? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Because it's $1 per letter, $2 per icon. So that's 13. And then next week we would only have this one left. That would be nice. I don't think we can though. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll put back these 3. Take 15. And then we'll finish up this one. So we had 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 on this one. I just want to make sure we have the right amount in here. 10, 25. All right. And then we have my hair. Oh, that's attached. My hair's just that long. On this one, we have 5, 10. So yeah, perfect. Okay. So then next week we can finish up that one and maybe even start on January, which probably, or I mean on February, which probably not because I'm going to want to finish up, like get caught up on the calendar before I start a new date. Let's see. Oh my goodness, my eye. Now I feel like I got something in my eye. Been helping him with his this whole time. I think I got an eyelash. That or my hair was in my eye. Which is very possible. Okay, let's see if we can do another date on here. Let's do 17. I came with a lot of money because I knew this was going to be a lot, but I think I still came with too much. Oh my goodness, you guys, I put the money in the wrong thing. Hold on. I put that 100 back here. What was that for? $20, $40, $60, $81. What is this money for? What is the park ticket one for? Oh my goodness, I know what that is for. I literally just did that 17 so I could get those ones back out of there. I know what that was for. Okay. So this money goes into here. This is for the calendar. I'm sure somebody was yelling at me like, no, Brianna, don't put that money back there. That doesn't go there. Okay, if we can come in and do this 18, we will. But I forgot. We still have a big one that I forgot to pull out. I knew I was like, why do I have so much extra money? Hold on. I don't know why I'm struggling to get it down. Okay, because I was pulling the wrong thing. We need to finish up this January. Okay. Let's see, we have 10, 17, 26, 25, 6. Yay, this one's done. So if I did this correctly, we should have 100. That seems like a lot though. I feel like that's gonna be over. But let's check, because that one we do actually know how much it's supposed to bring in. It's supposed to bring in 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yay! So January's is done, and now we can start on February's. February's is a big one, especially considering February is a short month, obviously. I mean, not a lot, but it is. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. You guys, I think we can actually catch up. So we ended up doing an extra one on the calendar. That's funny. I didn't think we were going to be able to get... Oh no, we didn't do 21. So we're not quite caught up because we have 21 still. But funny enough, we ended up doing 30. Which is comical to me. We didn't get 21, but we did 30. That's fine. So next week, maybe we can do some more in there. Alright, let's see what we've got here. I'm going to get these ones back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm not counting this. We're almost caught up on January. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, we actually got more ones back than we started with. But I'm going to switch those ones because these are literally the ones that I have to work with. Oh, we'll use the G-Buck. So these G-Bucks are ones that did already go through the C, the F. Like these letters are actually ones that I had kept from when I did, when I took all the money back to the bank. Those were Super Bucks that had already been through Super Bucks. So if you see letters that are not L or... I'm sorry, not L. If you see letters that are not E or F in my binders, those will not go through Super Bucks because they already did. Because like I said, I did keep back some ones because I knew I would need them. I just apparently didn't keep back enough ones. So if you see F and E in my binders, those still need to go through Super Bucks. All right, so we have $11 left. We're going to come up here. Oh my goodness, my nose is now running. And we're going to do this green 11. Probably didn't need to spend that much in one binder. In fact, I know I didn't need to spend that much in one binder, but oh well. Probably should have just put 10 in there, not 11, but and then I could have kept this one, but it's fine. All right, so we hit everything. We finished this one. We're almost finished on this one. We're almost finished on this one. This one's got 26. I mean, looking at it, it's almost finished, but that is a big amount. This one is finished. So I don't think I need to come with as much next week. But next week we'll start some of February to get kind of ahead. So that's really exciting. Let me put these away. So, okay, there's that. We need to do the dailies. All right, so this one. $3. I get an email from? Oh. Okay, so $3 into this one, which I'll just do it off camera. And then obviously this one also gets $3. So $3 into both of those. Let me move these. We have Spanish doll, which we're going to do 2 on, and both of those are roll the dice. $4, $5, $9. This one is costing me a ton of money. Okay, so we're just going to take a 10 because I can see that there's a 1 in there. We'll get that 1 back. Perfection. Why did I just close that up? I'm going to need to put this back in there. Okay. And then in tomorrow's video, because there will be a video tomorrow, I'll do a full row. So that is exciting because I do want to get this done in time. The cruise is paid off, thankfully. I don't think we're going to do any excursions because we really want to just explore the countries, and excursions take like the whole day. And I don't know. I like doing them. They're fun, but I'd rather do them in ports that we've already been to versus ports that we haven't been to. Because like when Corey and I did the Stingray swim in Bimini, it took almost the whole day, which was fine because there really wasn't a whole lot of other things to do in Bimini. Like there wasn't a whole lot of exploring to do. I shouldn't say it took the whole day. It took like the first half of the day because we were actually there for quite a while. And Bimini's not a huge island to explore anyways, so it took like the first half of the day, and then we explored the second half of the day, and it was kind of the perfect amount of time because it literally is like the smallest little area. But yeah, these other places we're going are like different countries, and I don't want to waste my time in that country doing an excursion that you can do in almost any port, if that makes sense. Like, they have snorkeling. I love snorkeling, and so do my kids. My kids have been snorkeling a couple of times. We all truly, truly love snorkeling. But do I want to see Spain? Or do I want to snorkel? I want to see Spain. I can snorkel literally anywhere. Like, do I think it would be cool to snorkel in Spain? Absolutely. Like, I'd love to snorkel in all these places. But I also would like to see the actual land in these places, if that makes sense. So, I don't think we're going to do any excursions. Plus, excursions are very expensive. They add up very quickly. And I would just rather explore on my own. So, plus then we can extend our trips. If we cut back in areas like that, like drink packages and premium dining and excursions, like if you cut out all the extras, cruising is very affordable, and we can do a lot more travel if we cut out that kind of stuff or do that kind of stuff like on our own. So that's just my take. But that's officially all that I have for you guys today, and I will see you back here tomorrow for the Greece and Spain binder. So until next time, bye.